Get your tickets for the 253 Film Festival.
Tutors are making a big impact in our community when it comes to speaking English.
And there's a lot to celebrate in May.
All that and more coming up next on Tacoma Report.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tacoma Report. I'm Angie Foster.
And I'm Laura Proctor. City staff has started to build on its existing housing programs and policies to create innovative ways to increase the capacity of affordable housing with community partners. The Tacoma City Council has identified affordable housing as a high priority for Tacoma. The discussions may include an analysis of infill and density, inclusionary zoning, as well as targets and costs.
Another topic that has emerged as a priority in our community is the opioid epidemic, which is why Mayor Victoria Woodard and other city and county leaders will represent the city at the Mayor's Institute on Opioids. This is an opportunity for elected officials to engage in practical solutions-oriented discussions and peer-to-peer learning opportunities. One of 6 delegations selected nationwide, Mayor Woodard's delegation is the only one from a location west of the Mississippi. If you're looking for a way to give back to the community and help others at the same time, you might want to check out the nonprofit organization, the Tacoma Area Literacy Council. Lane Fickey has more on what this group has to offer.
Processing sugar correctly.
Okay, very nice. So we have the word risk here.
John Doherty is one of about 80 tutors who volunteer with the Tacoma Area Literacy Council. This nonprofit organization has been in existence for 50 years and is designed to provide one-on-one tutoring with adults in the Tacoma-Pierce County area to help them with the English language. The group works with people who grew up speaking the language but have had trouble with it in the past, those who are learning English as a second language, and for some, English will actually be their third or fourth language spoken.
Literacy is a foundation of our world. It's a very complex society we live in, and if you can't read, write, or speak English well, you are at such a disadvantage. And there's a lot of committed volunteers that want to help people change that. We're really focused on the students' goals. So my student, he isn't going to be ever going to be a strong writer, maybe, but he really needs to speak English better.
The volunteer tutors for the Tacoma Area Literacy Council go through an extensive training period, which helps them learn different techniques so they can help the students with their speech, reading, and writing skills. There's also mentoring with other tutors to share information, because all of the students are unique, and many require a different type of learning approach so they can grasp the information.
A lot of our learners who are adults, they've had really bad experiences with learning in their school years and so on, so they can be nervous about it, and so to know the learner is the critical part. So generally speaking, the rule of thumb is less intervention is better.
We also are finding that a lot of the people who come here to learn English really were never literate in their own language. So they have that strike, if you want to call it that, against them to begin with. And so they have to work extra hard. The good thing about that is that they're here because they want to work hard, and they call us because they want to be here.
A lot of time and effort goes into making the Tacoma Area Literacy Council a success, and that reward is felt by both the students and the tutors.
When you've had a really good lesson and you know they've got it, that they're going to go out and they're going to be able to use a contraction in their language, or they know what I am means now, it's really rewarding. It's rewarding for them because they feel like they can go to the grocery store and ask where the peanut butter is, and nobody's going to make fun of them.
This is an equation here.
For Tacoma Report, I'm Lane Fickey.
If you're interested in becoming a tutor with the Tacoma Area Literacy Council, a training session will be taking place in the fall. For more information, please visit their website.
Another way to volunteer in Tacoma is to join a team and get your tennis shoes ready. Organizers are hoping for another big turnout for this year's Relay for Life event, which will be taking place May 18th and 19th at Mount Tacoma High School. Now held in 27 different countries, Relay raises money for cancer research and education. It began right here in Tacoma in 1984. It's a team fundraising event where individuals take turns walking around the track for 24 hours. This worldwide event raised over $400 million last year. Tacoma officials are hoping the local effort this year will raise $500,000. More information about this year's event can be found at the American Cancer Society website. There's still more to come on this edition of Tacoma Report.
And when we come back from the break, we'll find out how to make a splash. Stay with us.
Environmental Services is accepting applications for the Make a Splash grant from May 1st through June 1st. Grant recipients can be reimbursed for up to $4,000 for projects that work to protect our local waterways. For more details, visit the Make a Splash page on the city site. A simple way to protect the sound and get some exercise is to pedal to your destination.
Bike Month is happening in May and bringing with it a full calendar of bicycle-related events and activities. Stacy Ellifrit has more on what residents can expect.
A yearly occurrence is gearing up to engage with bicycle enthusiasts from around the region.
Bike Month takes place throughout the entire month of May. It happens in conjunction with National Bike Month. Ours is for the city of Tacoma and Pierce County. And people can just expect it as a time with lots of events and opportunities to get out on their bikes, to really try it as a mode of transportation or just for fun.
Collaborations come together to help participants get the most out of the month.
Bike Month has been a partnership for the last 11 years with Pierce Transit, Pierce County, and the city of Tacoma. And really, there's a few reasons that we're partners. One is really the fact that not everybody can bike from their home to work or their final destination, and having transit as a part of that commute makes it a lot more feasible for somebody to either take the bus or ride their bike as a mode of transportation.
In addition, there's a bike challenge that provides an opportunity for teams to log their trips for chances to win prizes. There's also reoccurring events that have been reimagined.
We've actually had a partnership with Historic Preservation as part of Historic Preservation Month for the last few years, but this year we have a ride that's specifically geared towards adaptive reuse of trails specifically. So we have a new trail that opened up last year that we are really excited, Prairie Line Trail. We were able to actually have part of the ride along that trail itself, and that connects downtown to the waterfront.
Bike Month is a fun time to get out and ride. Whether you're new or have been participating for any number of years, it's simple to get involved.
Maybe try just going to the coffee shop. Try just one small destination, and just this is an opportunity for people to try just getting on a bike, especially if they haven't in a while.
For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacy Ellifrit.
Visit the Bike Month page to learn more about these events designed to raise awareness of local bicycling resources. The city is teaming up with over 700 organizations from across the region to celebrate Puget Sound Starts Here Month. During the month of May, a calendar of events offers activities to help residents experience the benefits of living near the Puget Sound. These events are designed to raise awareness and encourage residents to engage in sound, healthy behaviors. To learn more how you can get involved, visit the Puget Sound Starts Here website.
Safety is Tacoma Power's top priority in providing the power service you depend on daily. Utility workers receive constant training and daily safety briefings to help keep themselves and customers safe. John Phillips shows an example of how some of the tools of their trade are also meticulously tested to meet this goal.
My very first day on the job, I was scrubbing rubber blankets. 30 years later, I am still scrubbing rubber blankets.
Like other wire electricians, the in-between years for Ken Sevier were filled with work in the field and at substations. Now back in the shops, he helps ensure the tools used by electricians are safe.
I deal with the rubber materials. I have to check for the integrity of the rubber so that it's safe to use.
Rubber blankets,
this one passes.
Mechanical jumpers, and lots of gloves.
And if I can burn a hole through them, they're not safe to use.
Electricity always seeks the path of least resistance, even if it's through a person working around it. Rubber barriers help reduce chances of a devastating electrocution.
Well, we test about 600 pairs of gloves every 3 months.
Everyone who works around high voltages has sets of gloves assigned to them. Even employees of Tacoma Water and fleet mechanics who now service hybrid electric vehicles bring their gloves here for testing. If there's a leak or a tiny flaw, chances are good it'll be found in this lab.
That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for, little stuff.
Gloves filled with water and a sensor are dunked into a testing tank while exposed to up to 20,000 volts. Once passed, they're cleaned, date stamped, and scheduled for retesting after 3 months of use in accordance with state law.
And that's my job. I test rubber goods and things, but my job is safety. I make sure everybody goes home in the same condition they come to work.
We have over 1,000 sticks in the inventory, well over 1,000 sticks. So
Jodine Scarr is in charge of testing hot sticks, the fiberglass poles electricians use to move and attach power lines and transformers.
And then I also do grounds and Mac jumpers also, which are hot jumpers. So yeah, I have lots of inventory to keep track of.
As with gloves, making sure there are no flaws is critical. A visual inspection of the stick is followed by a high voltage jolt.
Well, it simulates working out in the field under hot conditions, and we also wet the sticks down to simulate working in the rain too. You want to simulate the worst conditions that you might encounter.
Arcing means a damaged pole and danger. It gets taken out of service for repairs or disposal. At Tacoma Power, safety is priority one. For the crew here, rigorous testing and tracking of these safety tools is also taken very seriously.
I want to do a good job so that, you know, all my brothers and sisters go home at the end of the day. That's important to me.
For Tacoma Report, I'm John Phillips.
Up next, we'll find out about a new mapping and data library that puts information at your fingertips.
Don't miss it. We'll be right back. The city has a new GIS portal called GeoHub, which offers advanced mapping capabilities and can be used as a single point of access for all publicly available city GIS maps, applications, and data. The portal provides access to up-to-date information, has a user-friendly interface, and is mobile-friendly. GeoHub replaces GovMe and represents one of many significant leaps forward in the city's continued efforts to enhance government transparency.
Newly uploaded data on bias-based crimes reported in Tacoma since 2013 is now available on Results 253, the city's portal to community-informed goals and data-driven decision-making. Go to the Results 253 website for this and more information made available by the Tacoma Police Department. This May, join the city and local partners to celebrate Historic Preservation Month. Stacy Ellifrid has more on the calendar of events that's been created to explore adaptive reuse in Tacoma.
Each May, residents from all ages, cultures, and neighborhoods are invited to enjoy a month of activities designed to acknowledge the past while looking to the future.
Every year, Tacoma celebrates National Historic Preservation Month with a full calendar of events. This year, all of our events can be found on our brand new website, hpmonthtacoma.com. This year we have a lot of new events. One of them is the Kickoff, which will be here at Earthwise. It's a salvage art show and iron art competition where people can try their hand at creating their own art with salvage materials.
This year's events revolve around a theme that's an important element to preserving Tacoma's history.
Adaptive reuse is really important, especially right now with our city growing and changing as quickly as it is. It lends help to the fact that we have all of these building materials and these buildings already in existence. So rather than tearing them down, this gets to reuse the building, reuse the materials, and preserve our culture and what we're known for here in Tacoma.
All kinds of new and exciting events are taking place, including the return of a popular race with a new twist and an event focused on youth.
Another really cool event is our Amazing Preservation Race. This year we're shaking it up by partnering with Fort Nisqually and having an escape room in one of their historic buildings.
Beyond this month of activities, historic preservation works to conserve the city's unique character. It's through partnerships that important goals can be met.
This year's theme is adaptive reuse in Tacoma because we think it's so important both for the environment and our culture and character to see our historic buildings reused. We've partnered with Earthwise because sometimes buildings can't be reused, but we want to see those great historic features reused in other homes, and that's what Earthwise helps us do.
The full event schedule on the Preservation Month site lists city-run events as well as events from partner organizations. Enjoy any one of these to celebrate adaptive reuse in Tacoma. For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacey Ellifrit.
This year's events work to highlight the different aspects of Tacoma's historic resources and heritage community. For a full list of Historic Preservation Month events, visit their website.
And finally, 31 movies, each made in 72 hours by amateur and established filmmakers from in and around Tacoma, will be debuted on May 11th at the Grand Cinema's 253 short film premiere hosted at Urban Grace Church. For ticket and party information, go to the Grand Cinema's website. That's all the time we have on this edition of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org.
We end our program with a colorful scene from the Cowlitz River Valley, not far from Tacoma Power's Cowlitz River Project. It's an annual treat for travelers on Highway 12, soon to fade away as spring yields to warmer summer weather. Until next time, I'm Laura Proctor.
And I'm Angie Foster. Thanks for watching.